All right, guys, what's up? I haven't done a video in a while. Kind of want to give some updates. Business is booming, and it's all thanks to y'all. So let's get into it. So I'm currently working on this right now, which is David Castillo's car, who brought this up from Orlando, Florida, which is like, to me, amazing, right? Because he passed probably 10 other, Supra shops to bring it to me. So we'll go over this here in a little bit, but this was a full shell car that we're now putting back to life. So brought it in pieces, and we're going to have a running drive car here hopefully in a couple weeks. We have a couple parts holding us up from Powerhouse Racing for the turbo kit, but it's typical, right? It's heavily modified parts, a lot of welding to go with it. This is a crazy build. We've got an Aristo outside that we're doing 8 HP on. This is a V160 car. Then we have another green Supra here that's getting an 8 HP. We have Derek Buffa, rest in peace. His brother Drew Buffa dropped it off. I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. That we're going to get up and running here. We have so much to do. My employee Rob has been fantastic. And again, this is just to give you a quick in your face, like life is good, things are good, thanks to y'all. The website, 100% up and running now. We're adding parts every day. So we got Powerhouse Racing, Haltech. We're going to have dual design on there soon. ARP, Brian Crowder, the works. So if you guys need anything, hit up your boy. I'll take care of you. We also have the best thing about the website, in my opinion, is if you want to contact me, it walks you through all these steps, whether you just want a turbo kit, whether you want some parts. It goes through all these steps to help you out. That's something I really pride myself on with the new site. I think it's pretty cool to make your life easy. My wife now is doing this full-time with me, so this is a full-time gig. No longer do anything else besides work on these cars. Got a piece of land down the street here that we're going to be building a shop on soon. This whole thing of getting a shop has been a bit of a, I'll just be honest, a bit of a nightmare. So besides that though, I digress. And let's kind of go over this car to show you like what it was versus what we have now. So like I was saying, guys, this is David Castillo's car, and it came as a shell. I've got some pictures, and I probably have some other video here I can go over, so hopefully I put it before this, but there was nothing in here. So it's a built engine from Induction Performance. All the parts you see, though, are supplied by us here, so everything you see is PHR, from the valve covers, shock tops, which, look at these things, absolutely beautiful. Catch can he did supply because he wanted it painted blue, same with the brake booster back there. So we tucked all the wiring harness already because, when I mean a shell, there was nothing, no dash, nothing in here. We put a new Toyota condenser in here. Everything else is new, all new wiring there. It's going to have a pure function harness the whole way through. And let's open up the car here too. You can see we have dash pieces laid out here because we got to put the rest in. So we're waiting on some parts here. I had to order new door stops, which I have all that in the list. We did new speakers front and rear. It's a brand new dash. Stu Hagen gauge cluster. It has drive-by wire now, new e-brake. All the plastics are in because, again, this was just a shell itself. Door cards in. We even have new door handles that went in the car. The ones that he had before were a little beat up and, lack of better words, janky. So new seals the whole way around. And a lot of this, even the customer supplied Toyota seals-wise. He's been phenomenal. This has our... what I usually do here, so this is a Nexus R3 car. So we're going to drive the pumps. It's a triple 450 pump setup. And we're going to drive it off of the Nexus itself. So it is the fuse, it is the relay, and it is the power. So each wire, total of 3 wires, does everything. Makes it super simple. And the tuner itself, when you're tuning the car, you can see everything in the ECU. I do this in my personal cars. It just makes life easy. If you have it, why not utilize it? Saves the customer a little bit of money, and it just kind of future-proofs the car. Like, it just makes life super nice and easy. This also has a new Bear Boost Performance. So back here, Bear Boost Performance battery relocation. It's a 3D printed / carbon fiber infused rear mount setup. So it gets our typical battery setup, run the wiring, and it goes up to the front, which I'll show you more here. This uses the anti-gravity battery. I've been doing this in all my cars now. Anti-gravity has been like the new thing, and I have it in my personal car. I always test stuff out of my car first. Great. Starts every time. Cold starts are amazing. It also has a fail-safe. If it dies, quote-unquote dies, it has a regen or a restart that you hold, and it'll give the battery that last little bit of juice so you can get up and going, so you don't need to jump start it. Very nice little trick piece. You would think that door panel's brand new. It looks so clean and nice. It's impressive. Always the dead giveaway is those covers. They always turn purple over time. Has a dual design ECU mount, again, supplied by us here. You can see the wiring there. We have it there, kind of have a long length because we're waiting for the actual harness to be finished up. So once we get that 100% done, we'll be able to install it and see exactly where we want to mount the ECU. And we just got to put the glove box in, a few other things. We removed all of the the amplifier wiring and the amp itself. When you go to an aftermarket head unit, these old amps, one, pretty much useless. They just don't do that much, don't give them much power, and it cleans up the wiring and stuff in the back. So eliminated all of that. We're going to put a new Sony head unit in here and get that all done. Another thing we've done in this car is we did a tucked ABS delete kit on this. Now this is a hardline system that we did. We're going to make a few little modifications. My employee Rob did a killer job on this. The few little things I want to change, but instead of running it up and over the back here, we ran inside, goes down and through the aluminum subframe and up and over. So it looks like it has no brake lines. Besides what you see here, it runs through there and goes out and under. And then we made all stainless brake lines the whole way to the back of the car. I can get the car up in the lift here and show you guys some more, but it's pretty amazing. We have this sitting up right now because the car, unfortunately, the main 150 amp fuse was blown. To pull that fuse out, there's 2 bolts in there you need to remove, or 2 nuts, I should say, a bolt and a nut. I wanted to go ahead and replace that and make sure we don't have any issues there. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty basic setup, but it's also pretty amazing. We're waiting on the APG brakes. He wanted to do front and rear brakes on this car. So once they get here too, that fit over these CCWs. It's one of the few brakes that will actually fit behind these 18-inch wheels, and you can get a 355, 365 millimeter rotor. And these are the old school CCWs. So he knows a little bit more about that than I do, which I think is pretty cool. I'm good with wheels, but he was like nerding out over it. I think these are pretty sick and pretty slick in how they're set up. I mentioned to you before anyone says anything, this is the leather side here, leather side here. There's no metal touching anything because I can see, I can't believe you put that. If you look there, it's just that little bit. We did that because we flipped it up there real quick because we're putting the seats in. So don't worry. It's no different than you having damn near microfiber on the car. We're not going to scratch anything. Trust me. This whole process has been a bit not mind-numbing for me, because even with getting in and out of the car, what we've been doing is we put microfibers over this, because even when you get in and out, this piece here, you're afraid you're going to kick it with your foot. It has a seal plate, but this piece here, you're afraid. So we put microfibers over the seal here, and then I put a moving blanket over that. So even if we do step on it and stuff, it has microfibers on it, then we have the moving blanket that we can step on and not worry about. So I knew that was going to be a comment, so I'd rather bring it up before anyone goes, I can't believe you have that in there. Hurdy.
Another thing I pride myself on is the little details and stuff. So it has a Autotech Engineering alternator in it. Now he wants this polished now, so I'm going to take it out and be polished. But the other thing is like just little stuff. So like every bracket we have it powder coated or we clean it up. So even the tensioner bracket powder coated, motor mounts down to the brackets in the back. We send those out. We remove the rubber backing and send them out to be powder coated every time. And even for the interior and stuff here. So you can see here, we have some stuff. This goes, I call that the crotch blaster there, but that goes for where the vent is. This is just all raw metal from Toyota. I'm not sure why they did it this way. There's no coating, nothing. So I just powder coat it this way. It doesn't flake off over time, down to even the exhaust shields and all that stuff. And you won't be able to really see it now, unfortunately. But up in there, if I could get it, I can't even see it, but the dash bar is all powder coated now too. The reason we do that, again, that flakes off, and you don't want that all over your new dash, all your harness. It just makes a mess over time. I know my old car, you hit bumps and eventually the stuff starts to flake off. So again, I wanted to, remind you guys, this was a complete shell. So we've had this car for about 4 weeks now. And, this is where it went from there to this. And again, we had to put an RS Garage oil pan on this. We've had to find and go through every nut, every bolt, everything just came in bins. We didn't take this car apart. So if we were taking it apart, but a little bit easier, just for the fact that we would organize in a fashion that like, hey, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. This was a bit difficult because like everything came in baggies and it was great, but it's still going through someone else's, bag and tag system. I will get this here up on the lift then. I'll show you guys a few other things, but let's see if I can go under here real quick. You can see powder coated the heat shield there, every little thing, the fuel tank you can see, all powder coated, Powerhouse Racing solid mounts, and then we also have the new sway bar end links. Our new sway bars on. I'm waiting on the end links to show up currently. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here we can go over, but that's pretty much the gist. And there's probably stuff I am missing. We're doing wiring, tucking, all the good stuff, extending stuff. The way we do the power there that runs up and over, so it comes directly from the Nexus to give power, just to try and clean things up as much as we can. One other thing here. Finally came in, got this from Freed Engineering. They're a direct dealer for Hypertune. So one of the things I'm not a dealer for, but can't thank Billy Freed enough. He always takes good care of me. So thank you, Billy. Appreciate you, buddy. New Hypertune intake manifold. Debating if I'm going to put on one of my own cars or just put it on the shelf and wait for a customer that wants it, because it takes so long to get these. It's a drive-by-wire setup too. I don't get anything else besides drive-by-wire anymore. Unless you already have a cable throttle, I tell every customer we go drive by wire. It's 10 times better in every shape, way, and form. It's simpler, lifetime guarantee on the throttles, and it's an OEM piece. It's the best way to go about it. I've seen even Hypertunes, RMRs leak. I don't have that problem with an OEM piece. So, just something for you guys to think about. If you are interested, let me know. If you're coming in for a build, I'll either put it on my car, and so if someone wants it to put it on for a build. Probably the messiest the garage has been, but just so you guys know too, if you drop the car off, we keep everything in stock now. So Toyota parts are up there, depending what we need, aluminum, steel, extra Toyota parts in general, LA and fittings. So I already have pumps that we've already taken apart. We've already re-greased them. Pickup tubes, every interior piece. So if there's interior pieces missing from your car, I stock all of it. And then the other one has valve covers in it. I have brand new heads here for it. I have everything. And then of course we have the build blocks over there from ADP or Absolute Driven Performance. Alex has a killer job for me. That's all I use, and that's all everyone gets just because it works well and I don't have issues. Plus, Alex is great with his customer service. So I removed my mic here, guys, so if it sounds a little different, but 8HP extra block that we have for this car here for Matthew Dabari. This car here is going to be an 8HP car, which the goal is like 800-ish horsepower, 700 to 800. He wants a very basic setup and just wants to keep it as simple as possible, like a true street car. It's going to be getting an ADP built block here. So I've got a bunch of engines in stock here. So it's a Absolute German Performance block. This is a stage 2. So the billet freeze plugs from Powerhouse Racing. It's rated for around 1,300 wheel horsepower. It's a very simple but effective. It also has billet main caps from RS Garage. It works. 9-to-1 compression. It's just a very simple setup, and it just works. So we'll also put one of our oil pumps on it, get everything cleaned up. We also do all the powder coating and all that stuff in-house. So, we get it back, it looks like a piece of art. That's the end goal, right? This is also a 98 car, so he said he got this here recently, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love that color. It's got BC forged wheels on it here. Love, love, love the color of this car. Has an HKS carbon exhaust on it already. And again, here we have Derek Booth's or Drew's now, so you can see even M&S on it there from the old day. Lock It Up TV. Just kind of throws it back here, and then David's GS is here. That car, we're just waiting on the harness. It's all done. We've already got the 8HP in it, everything done, the shifter, just waiting on a few things. So that pretty much sums it up. Like, we've got a good bit here. I want to tell you too, we are the Dami Works dealer for the entire Northeast. So I bought in. So if you guys need 8HP adapter plates, the full cutoffs, I have all of it in stock, ready to ship. So if you guys need any of that, let me know too. One other thing I wanted to show you guys and what makes us a bit different is our organization. So we use a program called My Shop Assist, which is specifically for performance shops. I looked into some other programs, and this seems to work the best. So to show you examples here, it tracks everything. So the parts that we need, all that good stuff, and then what's needed to be ordered, tracks our hours. So we'll use Mr. David here, his beautiful blue RSP car. And it gives us everything. So as a car gets dropped off or anything of that nature, we go through it. So customer notes here, it should be under here, I believe. So when a car gets dropped off, let's get really close here. We do a drop off and the time to inspect and do everything. This is a severe case. 9 times out of 10, 15 to 30 minutes, we take a picture of the car, go around it, underneath it, note anything that could be wrong, and we advise to fix or do anything of that nature, just to make sure that hey, the customer knows that we're looking over the car, we're making sure everything's safe and ready to go, besides the stuff that they want done. So in this case, this is a bit severe. So we found stuff that's either missing or damaged, and then we take pictures of every single thing. And in this case, because he brought us a basket case of parts, not saying basket case in a bad way, but just like a ton of parts, we needed to document everything. And this keeps the client happy because they're like, okay, they know they're in good hands. We go over every nut, bolt, everything that we can see in there. Now, as we work on a car, it goes through it too. So let's go to the entire job. I have it broken down by systems here too. But as we work on certain areas like suspension, anything underneath the car, we'll document it. We'll put notes in. And we only charge you for the time we're working on it. So we have a start-stop button. So you can see here, like 9.97 hours, right? We only charge you for the hours that we're physically touching and working on the vehicle. So let's go more here. This is us reassembling the interior, and you can see we document everything, along with doing the YouTube videos, but this is for future proofing and saying hey, here's how the car came, here's where it's at now. There's no did you do this? Not. This also allows us to have all of our part numbers in here. If I can order everything, just makes my life easy. Kevin's really easy to work with over at My Shop Assist too. I really like this program. it just makes my life easy. It took a little bit to get past the learning curve, but it's really, really cool. And then we can communicate through here too. So like you can come up here if I wanted to, I can go to customers. I could go over to whoever. So like David Castillo, if we wanted to talk through here, I could send him invoices through here, everything. And then as we go through it, we can mark off his work order. It's the best system I've seen. Again, everything is documented. We're doing the fuel system, every part that we've ordered, if we've received it, not received it. It just gives a live update. So no one likes to have this happen. Every single person I know that has worked in the performance industry knows you're going to add more. It's not if, you're going to end up adding more. It's very, very, very rare if there's not something needed. Unless you do a very standardized part, like a T56 swap for us, we know to a T what you need, as long as you don't add anything. But I've never had a customer not add anything. So the bill is going to go up. But the customer's like, unless you give them constant updates, how do they know? Well, they have the system here where they can log in. As soon as I send them a text or an email, it's live for life. So they can go in there and check all the time. As I add a part, as I add cost, as we add labor, it shows them instantly. I can send them an update, do a reminder at the end of the week to say like, hey, here's where you're at. Or we can do like square up payment wise. So say we start with a bill was $20,000. We're like, hey, you wanted to do all this extra? It's an extra $5,000 now. You know, how would you like to make payment? Send you an invoice, boom, they have it on there. It's all updated and shows paid off. Just, it keeps everyone happy, keeps me happy, keeps the client happy, and they know exactly what they're getting. I think it goes a long way in my opinion. Now, some people are gonna say, does it add time? Absolutely, it does. Me and Rob have discussed it before in an 8-hour day, from documenting wise, writing things down, which in my opinion, you have to do anyways. You're gonna be researching, doing stuff, and finding things. It adds, if you take out the research part and other things, it adds an extra 15 minutes or so. If you're really looking at it, the time to upload pictures, take the time to take those pictures. But usually when you're doing that, he and I both said it takes that time to like kind of look at the car, what you've done. It makes you happy. Like it's like your downtime almost. So it's kind of a wash in my opinion, but it's just a peace of mind scenario that I think is just all 100% worth it. So I just wanted to do this quick update just because I feel like I've been kind of lackluster here lately. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. Again, check out the website here. I'm trying to upload as much as I can. Again, check it out too, because if you need any work done, we can do fabrication, we can do everything in-house. Do wiring, we do all of it. We just don't do alignments. Don't do alignments or tires. I got 2 shops right here that are literally a mile from my house. It just doesn't make sense to have that here when I can go right there. They have it and do it in a minute for me. It takes up a ton of space having an alignment rack and a tire rack. Even for the new place, I was like, do I really need that? I might just get a tire one just for the hell of it, but it just makes it easy when my buddy has it and they do it all day. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. It's been wild. I'm adding stickers and hats too here to the website. I got to go talk to my guy, get some pictures, sent it over to him. We've got koozies now too. Shoot, how did I not show you koozies? Forgot to mention this. So I got koozies in stock now too. So I had these made. You can get them in black and it has PF on the one side, pure function on the other, or you can get them in gray, pure function, PF on the other. This is the nice neoprene ones too, so they're much thicker. Actually keep your hands from getting wet / cold. And then I have die cut stickers. So last time I did like a traditional, these are actually good to go on the outside of the car and will last a long time. So I have keychains too here. So pure function one side and engineering the perfect street car on the other. So I'll get these up on the website. I pretty much do right now. I pretty much just do them as like giveaway things. So like you order enough parts, I just throw them in with it. So if you guys order enough, I'll just start throwing this stuff in because it's just cool. I think it makes me happy when you guys support me. So if you guys order enough parts, I'm just going to start throwing this stuff in. How about we do this? You do over 250. Depending if we have the parts in stock, we will throw this stuff in with you, or I'll just send it separate just so you have it. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you for the support. And, I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.